Well, hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video, and today I'm going to talk about something very different. It's something that's not been talked about a lot on YouTube, I've noticed. If you're someone like me who's been watching, 1080p Blu-rays for a long time, and out of a sudden you actually want to get a 4K player, you actually want to experience 4K, and and that brings me to this video, and yeah, I do have a 4K player, as you may or may not know. I got it like in end of December, and it's been great. I get to experience 4K, and it's amazing. But I do not have a 4K display yet. I'm currently watching on Projector, and I still have my 1080p projector. One day I'll get that 4K projector, but it's not really something that I desperately need to just spend right now. I will want to spend on it one day, but for now it's not like the most important thing that I want. So maybe you've been wondering, what's it like watching 4K on a 1080p display, and this is what I'm going to explain to you in this video. So for example, if you were to watch like a newer movie like Top Gun Maverick or Oppenheimer, and you watch it on a 1080p display, you're definitely gonna see like very subtle, very subtle differences. Not gonna be big or major. Like I both watched these on Blu-ray first, but while I still have these copies, I used the Blu-ray disc that was included in this set, and and then you pop in the 4K afterwards, and you're like, there's not much of a difference. But there are some very subtle differences, and it very much comes down to what I noticed in Top Gun Maverick was very much the skin tones. Skin tones look more natural, whereas in the Blu-ray, I think they look a bit more yellow tinted. And that's what happens with Blu-ray and especially DVD. But with 4K, what you notice more is the skin tones, that they look more natural. And not just the skin tones, but just everything else in general. But not like a major difference between the Blu-ray and the 4K. Same goes for Oppenheimer. I think watching older movies on 4K is really gonna like give you a difference, and I'm gonna give you some examples here. Shawshank Redemption and the Spider-Man trilogy. I'm gonna put up some screenshots of the Blu-ray and the 4K throughout the video, don't worry. But yeah, it seems that when it comes to like older movies, some of the transfers, they kind of like get, the colors change for some reason. There are some experts out there who know more about this than me, so you can check them out. But I just know that, the colors on the DVD and sometimes on the Blu-ray of older films, they're never accurate to the, the source, the 35 millimeter film source, or whatever it was filmed on. And these older 4K movies, they really like, it's the most accurate representation of what it looked like, if you saw this movie in theaters. And these movies look beautiful. Like if you can compare the color of Shawshank Redemption, the Blu-ray and the 4K, it's completely different. Like it's the 4K really gives you that very like, grayish, darker tone, and it's very suitable for the film. But whereas the Blu-ray, it's a bit more brighter and has that pinkish tint that happens with a lot of older films. Like even Titanic was very pink on the DVD version, but then the Blu-ray, they corrected that. And the Spider-Man trilogy looks amazing on 4K. It's like watching, it's like I'm watching a new movie, honestly. Like it just, there's something about it. I'm so used to the way it looks, from the Blu-ray and the DVD. And the Blu-ray looks great, say what you want about Sony, but Sony usually deliver amazing Blu-rays, I have nothing wrong to say about the 1080p Blu-ray. They're perfect. But this 4K just, it's on another level, honestly. Like I recently rewatched these movies in theaters, and the version that they show in theaters is like the transfer from the, the Blu-ray, but of course it's not 1080p because it's in a theater. But it has the same color from the Blu-ray. But and then I watched that in the theater. I'm like, damn, the colors are they're very yellow. There's like a yellow tint over it, and it's not bad. And it's the color that I've been used to watching Spider-Man my whole life. But this 4K, the skin tones, everything is just so natural. And that's one of the reasons why I love watching movies on 4K, regardless of having a 1080p display or not. Because watching a movie on 4K is not just about getting the 4,000 pixels and all that. It's really about watching the movie the way it was intended right from the beginning. You know, a lot of these 4K transfers are done by having the director and the cinematographer involved in the transfer of these movies. And for example, The Matrix, if you know a lot about The Matrix transfers, you know that these movies have gone through so many different colors, especially the first one. I remember the DVD, I do still have the DVD, and it's so yellow. And it's so yellow. And then I remember the Blu-ray was like so green, so green. And my favorite version of The Matrix is the 4K, and it has like, it's not too green, not too yellow. It leans more into like the teal type of color, which I definitely love, and it's definitely the best looking version of the Matrix that you'll ever see. And even if I don't have a 4K TV, I'm happy that I get to experience the best looking version of the Matrix. But not all movies will benefit from this though. For example, Terminator 2, the highly controversial 4K. A lot of people don't like Terminator 2 on 4K because of the DNR, obviously. I've seen it, I don't own it, I've never tried it, so I can't really say. But because of all the things I've been hearing, I decided to just get the Blu-ray instead, and I'm perfectly happy with this. And I've seen the comparison videos as well, and the Blu-ray definitely looks way better than the 4K. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, you can watch 4K movies with a 1080p display. It's not a problem. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, that's just a waste of money. But I really do care about the look of the film, and you know, sometimes the colors are wrong, and the best colors for me come from the 4K most of the time. And even the Dark Knight, or in the Dark Knight trilogy, they look so good on 4K, especially Batman Begins. Batman Begins, the Blu-ray is a bit dated. The sound isn't that good on it either. And Batman Begins is probably like one of the first Blu-rays I ever released, like in 2007, 8, whatever. So that Blu-ray, that Batman Begins Blu-ray is pretty damn old. And once I popped in that Batman Begins 4K, the colors are so much more vibrant. And it does feel like you're watching it on like film, on a film projector in a way. There's something very filmic about the Dark Knight trilogy on 4K. So what do you think about watching 4K movies on a 1080p display? Let me know in the comments, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.